like anything else. Get your QR code and track yourself. Don't have a mobile site, set one up. In a few minutes it'll be up. QR Path is the greatest tool for your enterprise to your startup pool. We will fill any needs that you have and track all your scans like a nav. QR codes and amazing technology, not complicated like biology. Everyone is doing it, don't get left behind. QR Path will make your company shine. Get your path to success. QR codes are the new markets. QR Path, come check us out. QR codes are the way, no doubt.
Today's topic for discussion is QR codes maximized. QR codes have rapidly grown to make their way into the market segment and are now seen all over the place. When it comes to their interactivity in the print environment, the devices are seen on billboards, business cards, buses, flyers, t-shirts, tattoos, well, maybe not really tattoos, or wow, maybe so. The QR code can help an individual or organizations to introduce themselves to an audience in an innovative way. But the question here is, are the QR codes really being used to their full advantage? Some may believe so, and others may employ the QR codes are still in their infancy stage. So what exactly is the problem? As we look into this new technology and its involvement with interactivity in the print environment, one of the concerns is, will it stick or will it just become a fad? In a lot of conversations and reports, there are some individuals that are becoming more frustrated with the device. Viewers are complaining that it takes too long, they are poorly instructed, or they are being routed to useless information. I'm sure that we have all had our own personal encounters with the QR reader, and maybe it was not the best experience. My fear is that if the codes are not being utilized in an effective way, it will eventually run people away. As designers, how can we help fix this issue? After my research, I have gained that there are 3 keys to better employ the use of a QR code reader in the concept of interactivity in a print environment. These 3 keys focus on placement, QR code branding, and providing useful information for the targeted audience. This is a sample of what you will want to avoid when incorporating a QR reader with print. The position of this reader makes it difficult for the viewer to reach or even see its location. This particular treatment also has already made a statement to the viewer that it is not that important for them to scan the device or learn more information. Again, it's hard to see, and you are making the viewer perform extra work to engage in what is being offered here. Although a billboard will give the QR code exposure, it is not allowing an audience to use it in the way it is intended, and that is to receive information. Obviously, a person is not going to climb a billboard to scan the QR code. Therefore, is it really serving a purpose, or is it just taking up space in this matter? Next, we'll look into QR code branding. Using Photoshop or Illustrator, it is simple to brand your QR code. As we look at the example, it provides 4 basic steps in creating a unique look to your QR code. First, you will want to import your QR code into Photoshop or Illustrator. Next, you will import the logo on a separate layer and scale the logo down as seen here in this sample. This will allow for the logo to not interfere with the coding. Then you will allow for at least a 4-point stroke around the logo. This too will allow for the design to not interfere with the coding. Last, you may want to adjust the colors on the QR code. Use dark colors to avoid any malfunctions with the reader. It is also important not to cover the 3 squares in each corner, for this will also cause a malfunction in scanning the code. Branding the QR code will add value and more of a visual appeal that can contribute to compelling the audience to interact with the printed material. Our third point brings us to useful information. The last thing that we will want to do is to frustrate or waste anyone's time. We want the consumer to be informed with information that is valuable and that will benefit them. These are just a few examples that will help springboard the QR code to be considered a more useful tool as part of its interactivity in a print environment. Utilizing materials such as maps is one way to get an audience attention. One's experience in malls, amusement parks, or even restaurants will fall into play. I can think of many times that I have been in a new city with large malls, and sometimes I like to look for a map. The problem is it is difficult to have photographic memory after viewing the map. I usually just remember one or two stores and then I go for it. It would be great to see a QR code utilized in this way. You can scan the map and have it with you everywhere you go in the mall. I believe this will allow for a less frustrating experience for one who is not familiar with the facility. Even when I think about all of the money amusement parks allow for printing and giving out maps, it would be awesome to just scan a main map with the reader and have the option of carrying it on your phone. This in turn could save the park a little more cash, and it will also be beneficial to the environment. Some people do keep their maps as a souvenir, but for the most part, they make their way into the trash. Placement, branding, and useful information are key to providing an experience to an audience that is valuable, memorable, and pleasing. These qualities will allow for one to really explore the endless opportunities of utilizing a QR code to its maximum potential. My goal is to employ the idea of branding the QR code, proper placement, and useful information. This will allow me to generate a body of printed material that will effectively communicate to an audience the impact of a QR code and its interactivity in a print environment.
Baby's gone. I miss you so much. No CD in this one. Cody. QR code. Huh.
Get a Cody QR and let them know who you are. If you're looking for love or if you think you're a star, you can show them what's up with the code from a bar. Get a Cody QR and let them know who you are. Imagine walking through a city and exchanging information with the people and the places you encounter without waiting. A world that's interactive with an app that gives you access to an address on the internet that you have manufactured. Just picture it and plan it, then plant it on the planet. Pin it, patch it, stick it, stamp it. Put it on a jacket, on a hat, or on a gadget, but they will not understand it till they take the phone and scan it. Promote your personality to people you meet, either out there on the street or those you frequently see. Whether you provide a service or you got a company, or maybe you just met a person and you're somewhat intrigued. No longer will we have all these names to remember. Gain access to domains when you aim it in the center. Just a sec for it to render, lets you return to sender. It's a conversation starter and a conversation ender. Get a Cody QR and let them know who you are. If you're looking for love or if you think you're a star, you can show them what's up with the code from a bar. Get a Cody QR and let them know who you are. Get a Cody QR and let them